January 1st, 2024. Finally got some cold weather coming. This El Nino this year is killing us. Got the wood stove, making some fire right now. Lots of smoke too, I guess. So yeah, it's the first burn on the wood stove. And now I'm gonna drop the liner. Liner's in that box right there. The prep work this year, just get everything going. Get the lines put down. The cables run under the boards. All back to a main line, which is run back there to a power bar. It's inside that box, and everything's run on smart plugs. So these are secured with tent pegs, little tent pegs, every so often. It allows them to stay straight and flat while we're putting out this liner. And the other prep work is to put topsoil all around the edges, which is pretty important because for two reasons. One, the mice have and will get underneath the boards, and that helps keep them from getting underneath the boards. It's not perfect, but since I've done that, they haven't got under. And the other big thing about this is that the liner, see it's up there against it, the liner can't sneak underneath the boards and push the boards up. So super important to get the topsoil around there. So here we go, I'm gonna do some filling, 2 hoses, should take about 6 hours. So, keys to a successful rink by Rink Master and by just about everybody else I know. Clear the rink of sharp objects. Do not set up on a windy day. It's a little breezy, but it's not too bad today. Do not walk on the rink liner. That'll be something I reinforce to the kids while they're helping me. Wait for cold weather. You don't want this rink liner filled with water just sitting around, because animals might get into it or branches might fall onto it, although that's not really a problem around here. But yeah, and the sun's finally out. Feels like weeks. Here we go. All right, we got the liner all laid out.
Hey, look, there's a tiny island.
Yeah, we gotta work some of those air bubbles out.
There's a big island
But
still.
that's fine. That's why it's important to get out here and watch your liner as it fills up to make sure you don't get any weird air bubbles or folds in it. You're constantly out here for the first couple hours pulling and tugging on it. Get it as flat as possible. The water does a pretty good job, but you just don't want any issues. This year, I ordered a liner that was a few feet shorter to save myself $50. And it's working. It was just a little stressful at first to try to get it to fit. I think next year I'll spend the extra $50 and stress out a little less. But also the liner just barely reaches up over the top. I usually like to hide those electrical cords with the liner, and it looks a little cleaner when it's tucked over the top. But this year what I'll do, I'll just cut some of the end of that liner off and probably staple it against the back of the boards and just hide the cords. But next year for sure, spend a little bit more money, get the right liner. About an hour in here. It's about halfway up the hill. Still got a lot more to go, maybe 4 or 5 hours. Kids been out here playing with Lego boats. One's sitting a little lower in the water. I don't know if it's started taking on water yet. Might have to rescue him later. But yeah, I've already stapled some of the liner around the edge there, up at the top, pulled it tight. And a little breezy, but the liner's not blowing in too badly, so I'm good. Just slowly getting the shed ready, getting all the wood packed away under benches and whatnot. But yeah, nice and warm in here. Oh, we're working on 430 here, so it's almost 4 hours of filling. And we're just coming up a little over an inch, so it took a little less than 4 hours to get up to the top. I still got to get up to 4 inches of water, so we got a little bit of time to go yet. But I spent the afternoon watching the rink, pulling the liner tight, but also watching the world's first professional women's hockey league game today with my daughter, and that was fun to watch. That really good to see women's hockey on TV. And Toronto has sold out every single game this season. Maple Leaf Gardens, the old Maple Leaf Gardens. So that's really good to see. Okay, we're at 6 hours of filling with 2 hoses. 1, 2. Water pressure in the house is really, really, really low, but we're getting it done here. So let's see how deep we are now. I'm aiming for 4.5 inches, and we're at about 3 in the shallow end. So I like to go with more water. I'm braced really well everywhere, so that's not an issue. But it's more about getting ice volume. So midwinter, when it gets warm, the more ice that I've made, the better it stands up during those warm spells. So we're down here, holy smokes, she is deep down here. Let's see, 14 inches. So yeah, a little bit yet to go here. Well, after 7 hours of filling, what are we at down here? Just over 5 inches in the shallow end. Thereabouts. Yeah. Probably a little too much, especially down there. It's kind of really close to the edge, but yeah, oh well. Probably some of it'll evaporate anyway. How deep are we down here? Almost 16 inches. Well, let's just get some cold weather now. Some sustainable cold weather.